All right, y'all, here we go. We got the trading recap. I'm doing part one today, or right now, because it's possible that I may take a trade later. I didn't get a trade this morning, but I'm going to show you my process and just kind of what I did and kind of why I did not, or why I think I missed it, and I kind of blame myself for it. Sometimes you can overthink things, and that's part of the process. Part of this trader psychology, getting used to doing these things, and just you got to know you. But the bottom line is, I'm gonna show you guys today. I like to go over what I was looking at, what was going on. So let's go ahead and get to my deal, and I will present it here. Boom. Okay, so we are January 7th. As I stated, I didn't take a trade, but I always look at the top three pre-market stocks to see what's going on. And so one of them was APOP, okay? And the game plan on APOP was simple. So the stock is gapping up double the price from the lows. I will wait for a big pullback to the $5 area where there is support on the daily area. If it spikes at the open, then I will wait 15 minutes and reevaluate. I probably should have read that one more time before before I let this trade go, because look at that. I said at the $5 area. You're gonna laugh at me when you see this. And so here we go. Here's the hourly. Um, the hourly is no good, because not that it's no good, but because it gapped up so high. Look, it was at 240, 250. It gapped up into the fives, and in pre-market it ran into the sixes. Okay, so you really ain't gonna get anything from the hourly. From the daily, you see this line I have drawn here, right here at 506. Okay, I deserve to be slapped by something. Man, this is I'm so mad that I missed that. Anyway, here was it pre-market. Okay, so pre-market, like I always do, I want to see where's the support. So here's a support line at 560. I wasn't interested in that because I wanted a bigger crack, and I know, that whole numbers, $5 area is a good area. I drew a support line here. I said that 5 may crack, and I drew a line here at 485. Okay. Now I'm mad at myself because I actually put an order in at 485, and I actually pulled the order because I was like, man, this is taking too long. I got a little anxious, and so I pulled the order. But you can see these are the areas. I thought 5 was a great area, and it was backed up, by what I said off of the daily. So I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I don't know why I pulled it. Okay. This is the pre-market picture. Okay, so that's one of them that I was looking at. Let's go see what happened. Okay, so I'm so mad at myself. Oh, I got to get out of this. I forgot I was in there. Let me go down here. Okay, and let me go to APOP. I'm just kind of stalking this gene. It just popped on the charts later in the day. I guess it got some contract news, but I'll wait that out and just see. Okay, so here we go. APOP. All right. So I told you what I thought pre-market. Okay, look at this thing. Pulls right down to what? Four. It dropped as low as 478. I wanted it at 485. I had an order in at 485. Hits the area, and then boom, it rebounds, and it comes here to what is this? 544. The area to beat was, of course, 521, because of this, just how big this candle is. If it beat that area, you knew you got a real good shot. Okay, so what would I have needed? Let's go ahead and do the math real quick. Oh, I forgot. Y'all know my math skills, my calculator skills ain't the best, but we're gonna keep working. How you get good? By practicing, right? Let me go ahead. So I said I needed this stock at somebody calling me. Sorry. I said I needed this stock at what the hell is going on with I don't know, something happened. I said I needed the stock at 485. That was what the 4.85. All right. Well, all I need is 10%. Remember, I always look for 10%. So you add 0.48. 0.48. Okay. Equals 533. That's what I needed. Let's see if I would have got it. Okay. We go here. It came down like a jackass. I pulled my order. It goes where? What's the high of this? 545. did I handle the business, or did I should say, did it do what I needed to do? Did it handle the business? Absolutely. If I would have waited even longer, I would have got 567. That's if you get the high. You don't know that, right? So ain't no need of worrying about that. So anyway, man, I'm disappointed because I when I tell you that I had this thing perfectly slated, I had it perfectly slated. Like I literally called this thing to a T and did not act on it because I just got overly anxious. I thought it was taking too long. Okay, so anyhow, that's life. You move on. That's just how it goes sometimes, man. Sometimes you drop the ball. So that was my game plan on that. Of course, I screwed that one up. Okay. ADXS was another one that was popping. Game plan. Stock is gapping up on a new FDA clearance to the $1.40 area and has a key pre-market pivot at $1.34 with optimal buy zone at 106. I will wait until a pullback into the optimal buy zone as the stock is very choppy from 120 to 106 area. If it spikes at the open, I will wait 15 minutes and reevaluate. Okay, so why did I say choppy? Here's the hourly. Okay, we can see. Let me just go to 15. 15-minute chart right here. Look at this. From 120 right down to this area. It's really strong in here. It's a lot of action, a lot of consolidation. So there was reason to believe actually that the 120 area would have been a good bounce area, but I was planning for a bigger dip. Okay, so let's look at it pre-market. Pre-market, we can see that it had a little area here at 135. That was a pretty good pivot, but look at where the action started. Right here, it's okay. This is the 106 area. I know that for a fact, so let's leave it at that. So that's why I said, hey, I'll wait to if it cracks, let's let it go down. So let's go ahead and look at ADXS. I forgot I got it done PowerPoint, and now we should be able to do it. And let's see what that one did. I have no idea actually where this is at this point because I was just staring at APOP since I let that one go. Oh, there it is. It's at 140. Okay, so let's see what happened. So it did pull back, but it only went as low as 122, which makes perfect sense because basically that old resistance became new support. So it pulled on down into that 122 area. There was a ton of support there, and it basically bounced. And right now we can see that it's at the 140. Let me see. Is this live? How far do I go? Yep, there we go. So we can see that it's pulling back from the 145 area. So that would have been, it didn't set up as my game plan was. But had I wanted to alter the game plan, if I said 120, fine. But I don't really like to do that. I see the areas that I like. If I feel like that's the best area, then I just stick to that. And there's days where it goes down to it, and then there's days where it don't. And you just gotta live with it. You just move on, man, because tomorrow's another trading day. So I ain't gonna force anything or pressure a play. It's not necessary. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go to this. Go back to present. And then the last one that I was looking at pre-market with volume was TNXP. It was a couple other ones, but I just kind of like this one a little bit better. The chart I thought was better. Game plan. Stock is breaking out from its lows on the daily chart. The hourly and the 15 look good. They show support from the 155-ish area down to 144. In the pre-market chart, the stock is hanging near its lows at 176s. It may break out at the open, and if it does, I will wait 15 minutes to reevaluate, but I would really like this stock to pull back to the 150-ish area, in which I'm a buyer because there's a ton of support, right? So I'm going with that old resistance is new support. That's a good area to buy. So let's go ahead and look at this. Why did I make those decisions? We see this and you can see this is breaking out, okay? So I actually learned something new from this play today. I didn't play it, but from just looking at it, okay? And then we'll go to the 15. Okay, and we can see, boom, this is why I said that 140 or 44. See that very clean. It's a clean pivot. Came here, stopped, turned around, and then boom, it took off again. Okay, so it was a very clean pivot. That's why I said from the 156 to 144 area, that's a lot of support in there. Okay, now let's look at it pre-market. Pre-market, we see the earliest movement. It really started to move in this area. Came up all the way to 27-ish, to say call it 230, okay, and pulled back all pre-market. So I'm like, oh wow, now it's hanging near its lows. I don't like these that hang near its lows because one or two things will happen. You can try to get in at the open and it might break out. Or you can get in at the open and it might pull back to right here and then go back up and break out, or it'll just crack. I've seen all of these things happen. This is why I don't just I tell the stock what I want. Hey man, if you come down to that 155-ish area, I'm rocking with you, right? It just didn't do it, okay? And that is okay. But I'm gonna show you what I learned because we're gonna go back over here to this. That it was still in play. Because it's a breakout, you have to actually see it slightly different. So what is this TNXP? Let's check anything where I want it to be. No. Okay, this search. This is new. Anyway, TNXP in the place to be. All right, so here's what it did this morning. Okay. So we remember, actually, I can just pull this back so you can see just a little bit of the pre-market. Remember, I was saying in here it was hanging there as lows. I didn't like it, and I said I wanted to drop down to 155ish. It dropped as low as 165. Okay, dropped as low as 165, and it just consolidated, which should have been hint. Don't forget, this is a breakout. The second plan for this should have been if it consolidates. Okay, because this is a breakout. It's not a dip buy. It's different. Okay, if it consolidates, then I'm willing to take a shot at 180 because this is where I had the breakout point in the first place. And there was a line here that showed that it can run to 188. And then if you just go back and look at pre-market, we can see everywhere it could go, right? I drew a line here at 188, which is really 190. Okay, this dip here and turnaround at 2, I would bet that's at 2. Watch. Yep, 199. That's a location because that becomes that old support is now new resistance, but you can at least think that it's going to run there, right? So the bottom line is with a stock at 180, so just so you guys know how I do this, is pull that calculator up. I'm getting better at it. Okay, so I wanted, if I would have really figured this out, the buy price would have been, the breakout price would have been 180. Okay, all I need for 10% is an 18-cent move. Okay, so I'm gonna add 0.18. All I needed to do was 198. Okay, all of that was already showing on the pre-market chart. It was there. There's price action there all morning, so it was a possibility for it. But I was looking at it because it didn't go all the way where I wanted. I was failing to realize, wait a minute, this is also a breakout. So you got to actually treat these slightly different. You got to understand that if it's consolidating near the highs, near the breakout point, then there's a good opportunity that this thing goes. And see, it did it right here. It broke out. It was kind of a fake out, and it came and kept consolidating, but it didn't sell off. That's the key. It didn't sell off. And look at the volume is falling off, but the stock ain't going nowhere, right? This is supposed to be shorting out, and it's low volume, ain't moving. And then boom, it explodes, and it goes up to the 225s area, and now it's back down to 170. So let me scroll back out. It's cold in my house right now. I turn the heater on. So since wow, okay, so it came back down here. It came to my area. I was stalking this earlier. I wanted to run a 180, but it took the long route. See how it ain't just dropping straight down. I wanted it to drop right down here to 180, and I was gonna buy it again at where it broke out the first time. But because it took the elongated route, I said, nah, I just canceled the order, and look at it. It did it again. See how it was just this long, it ain't doing it. There's no movement. Then it finally touches it at 181, and then here it goes. The high of it was what? 187. So 7 cents. That's not what we're looking for. That's bad for business. Okay, so now it's cracked. See, this is why I say when it does this elongated route, there's just more crack to come. That's why I was waiting on APOP. And hey, look at this, APOP. Do what I want you to do. See, let me go. I'm gonna show y'all right now. This is good. This is happening live. See, APOP is cracking now, and that's what I want. This is what I was fearful of earlier, but it's now at the 450s. Now let's go to my pre-market. I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna put an order in at, and if it happens, it happens, and if it don't, life goes on. Don't be sweating this stuff, man. Tomorrow is another day. Look at this. I have an area drawn right here at 385. 384. What is this line? 380. Yeah, 388. So I am going to put an order in at, if this thing keeps cracking, if this thing gets down to the 20s, I'm gonna put an order in at three. I'll probably put an order in at 390. Um, and that's what I want. I want big panic. I want big pressure, big crack. And when that happens, that creates more volatility. And then people get nervous and then they start selling their position and it cracks down and then it hits a whole number. What's the next whole number? It's going to hit 4. Well, people want to buy it. People want to buy this right now at 450 and they hope that it's going to go way back up here to VWAP. They hope it challenges $5 again, right? But if this thing cracks all the way down to 4, then it's real logical that it will challenge the 480s and the 450s again. And all you need at that point is 40 cents move. So you need the 440s, which is where it's stabilizing at right now. So we'll just have to wait and see, man. But I'm really, I got, look, there we go. Some more crack. I love it. I love it. My hands is rubbing together right now because I see the same thing I saw early this morning is happening again at a lower price point, which is another area where I might be able to, sneak in there. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put my order in because I've seen these things drop like, mad quick. So let me get that order in and I messed this up. But anyhow, you get the point, man. So that's what I was looking at this morning. And if I end up taking this trade, I will recap it for you guys later. You pretty much already know, what logically, theoretically should happen. But look at this. They bought it up hard. See, they bought this up hard off of the 430. But yeah, we want you to crack all the way. Get on down to them 390s so you can pay me properly. All right, man. I'm out. I'll see you guys later.